known as CASE Energy. CASE Energy Coalition is a national grassroots organization that supports the increased use of nuclear energy to ensure environmentally clean, safe, affordable, and reliable supply of electricity. Our members comprise a broad-based, diverse cross-section of individuals and organizations across the business, environmental, academic, consumer, and labor communities, all in support of nuclear power. The nuclear energy industry has built a comprehensive system using state-of-the-art technology to safely and securely contain the spent fuel it creates that keeps both the public and the environment safe. Spent nuclear fuel is currently being stored on-site at facilities in storage casks that are steel-lined with reinforced concrete walls. These are robust structures. For every 10 tons of used fuel, facilities use 100 tons of concrete and steel to form a structure designed to protect the fuel. Over the last 30 years, nuclear energy facilities have safely and securely stored used fuel in these structures. American nuclear energy is also a highly regulated industry, with operating facilities subject to on-site inspections by NRC staff 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Nuclear energy is a safe, reliable source of electricity and a valuable community partner. It provides nearly 20% of our electric power and supports more than 100,000 high-paying jobs. Because of nuclear energy's commitment to producing affordable, clean power and its commitment to safely and securely storing spent fuel, it is no wonder why communities near nuclear facilities strongly support nuclear energy. The timely resolution of this rulemaking is important for long-term power planning. This issue is directly affecting relicensing of nuclear plants and approval of pending construction applications for new reactors, which are vital if we are serious about our commitment to a reliable, safe, and secure source of electricity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jenny. And Linda Lewison is coming down to join us, and then we're going to hear from Nathan Bennett and Gwen Dubois and Savannah Bailey. This is Linda Lewison.
Hi. I'm here representing the Sierra Club Nuclear Free Campaign and 32-year-old watchdog group on the nuclear industry in Illinois, Nuclear Energy Information Service. But I am really here representing the citizens of Illinois who want to be safe. After Fukushima, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission ordered its staff to review the 24 Fukushima twin reactors here, of which Illinois has 4, two in Dresden and 2 in Quad Cities, and come up with a series of safety recommendations to be implemented to make sure that U.S. reactors were adequately safeguarded and protected. A number of safety upgrades were recommended. The nuclear regulatory staff presented these recommendations to the commissioners, as you all know. To date, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission has not acted on these safety recommendations. Many groups supported the closing of these 24 reactors until these safety inspections took place. This also has not happened. The reason I tell you what you already know is to make the point, how can we have confidence in the Nuclear Regulatory Commission if you don't even listen to the most serious findings of your own staff? But Illinois has even more in common with Fukushima than just 4 Fukushima twin reactors that need to be shut down for safety inspections. Just as Fukushima is about to start the high-risk, high-level radioactive waste fuel transfers out of unit number 4, 40 miles north of Chicago, the Zion Nuclear Generation Plant is about to start its own fuel transfer operation in December of irradiated fuel of over 1,000 tons of high-level radioactive waste, almost 3 times the amount that is in this, as Erica described, this very high-risk operation is going to happen in Japan. This is the largest scale decommissioning in history. So if we can't trust the Nuclear Regulatory Commission to act on its own staff recommendations, how can we have confidence in the NRC acting responsibly in the future? Second, I have another point to make.
Go ahead, make it, and then finish up, please. Thank you.
Radioactive cleanup is a very misleading phrase. It suggests to ordinary people that we can somehow get rid of radioactive contamination, but we cannot do so, at least not in any absolute terms. All we can do is move the contamination from one place to another. Governments and their electorates have been misled by the nuclear industry into believing false notions about nuclear waste. They don't know how to clean up and dispose of nuclear waste, except in a temporary and superficial manner, as other people have already referred to here. Why am I mentioning that at this point? Because we can't take a snapshot of one moment in time without ignoring that these changes take place in radioactive elements at the very basic scientific level, at the subatomic level. In closing, I want to quote from the movie Pandora's Promise, or as many of us refer to it as Pandora's Broken Promises, which was mentioned in Oak Brook 2 nights ago when the people in Chicago came and gave testimony. A person was walking through the ruins of Fukushima and looked around and said, "This wasn't supposed to happen this way." That's why we can't have any confidence in a generic environmental impact statement, and why we do not support this.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm a nuclear engineer. I've studied nuclear engineering. I've worked on power plants. I've worked in power plants. And I'm here as a member of the North American Young Generation of Nuclear. It's a young professionals organization composed of nuclear professionals throughout industry, academia, and government. Very grateful, not only for the opportunity to speak here today, but also for the work that the NRC does in ensuring that American reactors operate safely. The American public and the industry benefit tremendously from the work that we do. Now, in vacating the 2010 update to the Waste Confidence Rule, the appellate court, among other things, directed the agency to more thoroughly examine the environmental impact of continued spent fuel storage. The agency's findings of minimal impact are consistent with the excellent safety track record associated with dry storage systems and the broader performance of the U.S. nuclear energy industry. As the federal government continues to default on its legally mandated responsibility to handle spent nuclear fuel, utilities and the nation's ratepayers have been left to foot the bill. The workaround has been dry cask storage, nearly 2,000 of which have been installed in the U.S. with zero release of radiation. This historical track record lends strong support to the rigorous technical evaluations that the agency has compiled as part of this rulemaking. On the question of long-term repository or centralized storage feasibility, solutions are technically and financially feasible, and, as noted in the generic environmental impact statement, are being implemented in countries worldwide. This is yet another example of how our international counterparts continue to pass us by in facing the challenges of our modern world. What is lacking here in the U.S. is the societal and political gumption to take ownership of our problems and solve them. With the increasingly real prospect of catastrophic climate change, we are ill-advised to shrink from nuclear energy and the responsible handling of spent nuclear fuel from our energy portfolio. As with any major undertaking, there will be lessons to be learned, improvements to be made, and disagreements to be resolved. But none of these items should preclude us from pushing and pursuing anything other than an all-of-the-above energy strategy. Now, as I close, it's unfortunate that the leaders of today continue to kick the can down the road for a myriad of national issues, climate change and nuclear waste policy among them. While this may be flagrantly reckless and a willful abdication of responsibility, It is nonetheless the socio-political environment of this moment in history. However, as the urgency of these problems continues to mount, my generation will have to confront these issues. We simply don't have a choice. This is why individuals such as myself and others in this room chose this calling, and I have full faith and confidence that we will rise to these challenges. I'd like to offer my support for the proposed rule, and thank you for your time this afternoon.
Okay, thanks, Nate.